guys. We have a lot we're going to talk about tonight. Hopefully everybody's well. Buckle up. There's just a lot of pro paintball stuff. You know, the last 2 weeks, last live stream we talked about a bunch of moves that actually happened. Now we have more pro paintball news along with just what's happening. What's happening with Chad George? What's J-Rab going to do? Are the ML Kings and New York Extreme going to merge? Revo are actually changing the name to Arsenal. Notorious might sell their spot. What's going on with Houston Heat? Al Fernandez retired. And what's AC Diesel going to do? Damage picked up new players. And apparently there is a outside sponsor looking to sponsor one of the top professional paintball teams. So there's a lot of news. So buckle up. We got a lot to talk about. But first, without further ado, BFP Gear. We can see right there, BFP Gear, the sponsor of this live stream. They actually just sent me over a video. We were going to talk about their Black Friday sales a little bit, but they just sent over this video. We're going to watch really quick. It's like 3 minutes long. And kind of just talks about all their sales they're having and a kind of a pretty good giveaway. We'll watch it, and then we're going to talk about pro paintball stuff, and I actually have a couple sales we're going to talk about too.
For every $50 you spend online or at either of our store locations, SAC Paintball Store or Extreme Paintball Store, you will earn it.
That is bfpgear.com.
Entry into our amazing giveaway. Unlimited entries, so every $50 you spend from now until December 31st will get you an entry. And what are we giving away, you ask? Well, one lucky winner is going to win a year's supply of paintballs. That means a case a week for 52 weeks. That's pretty awesome. 4 runners-up are going to get a case a month, so 12 cases. And
it's pretty good. I mean, we know that Dynasty stuff. I've been using that Dynasty stuff since it came out, and I really like it.
The other thing we're giving away are 10 custom setups. So 5 lucky winners are going to get JT custom setups. 5 lucky winners are going to get Empire custom setups. That is a goggle, a pod pack, a pair of pants, and a jersey. The jersey is going to have your name and number on it of whatever you select. So those are amazing prizes right there. We got a bunch more. So here's Mr. H to tell you about another one.
Mark. We have a huge giveaway alert. HK Army and BFPgear.com.
He has to read.
Extreme Paintball, SAC Paintball. We're doing a giant giveaway. You shop at any of those shops. There's going to be 5 different gear bags filled to the brim. Come check this out. You're going to get not only the gear bag, there's going to be swabs in there, pod swabs. There's going to be pods, speed loaders, eject harnesses, and KLR goggles. All this stuff will be in there, guys. Good luck shopping. And remember, BFPgear.com, Extreme Paintball, or SAC Paintball. You shop at any of those stores, you have a chance to win all this HK Army stuff. Good luck to everybody and have fun. Let's go!
All right, so now you know.
So 5, those 2?
About the free paint for a year, the custom gear setups, the awesome stuffed gear bag giveaway. Another amazing prize we are doing is the entire World Cup roster of Dynasty jerseys autographed by all the players. One lucky winner is going to get all of these jerseys. Now, we do have one last amazing prize to give away, and we're gonna go to Yosh from Field 1 so he can tell you all
Are they giving a gun away?
about it.
We are extremely excited to be working with BFP Gear to offer a special edition Dynasty Signature Series Dragon Force. Basically, the experience here is going to be, you're going to get a raw
Gina's hair looks great in that picture, or right in this video.
dragon gun. We're going to work with you on the anodizing, and then you're going to have the option to come into the Field 1 shop and build it with me and our build team.
Oh, wow.
Test it, package it right there with us. It's going to be a really fun day and fun experience, and these markers really came out amazing.
All right, everybody. So now you've seen
that's
all
the best
amazing
one.
prizes we're giving away.
Well, maybe.
From that year's worth of paint to that amazing Dragon Force custom built with Yosh.
$100,000 gift card.
Who winner's going to be? Well, to make sure you have a chance to win, spend $50 or more online at bfpgear.com, at either one of our stores, SAC Paintball Store or Extreme Paintball Store, from now until December 31st. You will get an entry, again, for every $50 spent, unlimited entries. Buy as much as you want, get all those chances to win, and we will be going live on BFP Gear's Instagram on January 3rd, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to pick all of our lucky winners. Hopefully, it's one of you.
You don't have to be present, I assume, as well.
Why I had to make this entire video by myself, it's because the English guy, we had to let him go. So unfortunately,
did they kill him?
With us. Happy holidays, everyone.
Well, that's good. That guy is an asshole anyway. BFP Gear. Wait, I want to like replay this again.
Hey guys.
It's just crazy they're giving away a gun. And what's kind of cool too is you can buy stuff at the stores as well. I mean, like Gina said here. SAC Paintball and Extreme Paintball, SAC BFP Gear, Extreme Paintball. But one of the things that I think like is really cool about
we'll get an entry again for every $50.
Stop those. Is there's actually a bunch of good sales right now. I mean, I was going to talk about some of this stuff. Like Planet Eclipse is on sale. So if you guys, I mean, we talk about the 180R all the time being the best value in paintball. That normally are $1,100. Right now they're on sale for $900. Or if you want to buy a mechanical frame, mechanical frames for the 180Rs are also $40 off now at $150. That goes to the CS3s, $100 off, $150 off. The LV2s are $150 off. So there's a bunch of like good deals out there. And there's links below if you want to like go directly to BFP Gear, or if you want to actually buy one of these 180Rs. My voice, I got a cough. Okay, we're back. Yeah, just a bunch of cool Black Friday stuff. Freaking Dave giving away gift cards, big man. By man. I appreciate you, dude. It's the season of giving. So yes, thank you BFP Gear as always for sponsoring these videos. Help support this channel by checking out BFP Gear. Maybe there's that ladybug I was trying to catch earlier. Yeah, BFP Gear. You can win yourself a Force, which is really cool. I really like the V2 Force. Looks pretty good. So, cool. Okay, what are we actually going on in this chat room here? Matthew with that super chat, dude. I appreciate you so much. Kabingo. Extreme Velocity also now owns CCI. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Bone Break. I don't know. Let's talk about some of this stuff that actually happened in paintball today. Well, maybe not today. That's happened over the last. Let's close that. The last couple days. I guess this happened today. What is going on with my throat? This happened today. Some more moves. Chris Shear, you see right there on the left, formerly of San Diego Dynasty, got picked up or added to the Tampa Bay roster, Tampa Bay Damage roster, along with C.J. Cantor, formerly of New York Extreme. And, these two additions to the team are likely a response to them losing Rainey. Rainey Stanczak went over to Edmonton Impact. He was part of that big 4-person Impact pickup. So kind of rebolstering or adding two very good players in place of Rainey. Whether either of these two guys can kind of pick up that slack that Rainey left, we'll see. It's definitely good for Damage to like increase their Dorito side. I feel like Chad Boucher for a long time was their Dorito attacker guy. But then maybe, putting Chris Shear over there instead of Chad. Chad's getting a little older, and I feel like Chris is probably better than him now. With Jacob Edwards behind him. Should be very good. And then CJ Cantor kind of plays all over the place. I mean, he's kind of in the center, I think we see more often, but he's kind of a utility-ish player that can play kind of everywhere. He's played for a handful of teams, but most recently, he spent the last 4 years with New York Extreme. And those are the actual pickups. So we'll see. Chris Shear is a very good player. So, yeah. We'll see. I mean, damage is obviously very good. So just increasing the firepower that they have should be very good.
I'm a night owl, it's a different mode. I'ma have to make a...
Here's some Chris Shear footage. Chris Shear on the left, CJ Cantor on the right. Footage supplied by BFP Gear. The Dynasty footage is BFP Gear. And it's actually footage from Verbal over there on the right. I don't like stealing, footage like this from people. What else? I have such a long list of stuff. I want to find the actual, maybe some of the stuff I have images for. And why not? Arsenal. Baltimore Revo. Baltimore Revo, I didn't look up how long Revo have been pro, but I want to say Revo have been probably playing pro for 10-ish years or so. And it kind of fit the classical thing. They come into the league and they're not very good. Get consistently better. Revo, with their original core of guys, kind of got to probably 8th, 7th, 10th places a lot. Then last year, Tom Four is a, owner, paintball owner guy, purchased Revo, and with really intention to try to make the team better. That's why kind of Revo had a different roster this year than they've had in the past. But he's going to change the name from Baltimore Revo to Arsenal, probably DC Arsenal if they do put a city on it. Arsenal was a pro team that Tom did have for quite a few years. Arsenal had a lot of players on their roster. I mean, we think back to many of the superstar players now. At one point played for Arsenal, but they never really had an extremely consistent roster. We see a really old video here. San Diego NPPL. I'm pretty sure it's got to be San Diego. Dynasty and Arsenal. But Arsenal predominantly playing 7-man in the NPPL. They did win 3 tournaments in 2009 though, but never really a very consistent roster. You see JC Weddington right there. JC actually played for them for a very long time. But Revo going back to Arsenal is kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of fun to see that Arsenal name come back. But at the same time, it makes it very difficult for fans, right? I mean, if you're a Revo fan, what are you going to do now? I mean, if you're from the Baltimore area and you've been a fan of Revo for, 20 years, or maybe not 20, but, 10 years, now they're changing their name. Which, I don't know, is good and bad, I guess. I guess it just matters how you look at it. What else we got here? Infamous? We talked about Infamous. Did we talk about Infamous? No, we didn't talk about Infamous. Yeah, we might as well talk about Infamous. Infamous actually added these players last week. But they actually added them to the roster. Sorry about the audio again. They actually added them to the roster right when we were going live, so we kind of missed it. But they've added Zach Geiger. You know what I found out about Zach Geiger? Zach Geiger is on the right-hand side there. He first played pro in 2011 with Omaha Vicious. And then didn't play pro again until 2020, which is crazy. So he played one tournament pro and then took a 10-year break and then came back, which is weird. But did spend a very long time, not a very long time. He played with NRG for a year, played last year with Revo, played last year with the Ironman and played with Revo for a bit. Geiger is... I was trying to look up to see predominantly where he plays, but I feel that I normally see him on the snake side or kind of in the center. Sometimes I feel like he'll be the first guy into the snake, maybe he's second into the snake, or he'll run, the center 50 off the break or something like that. He's very athletic and just a really athletic player. I think that hopefully that's something Infamous can benefit from. I think like they added Sam Sealberg on Infamous. Not added, he's been with the team for a while. He's another athletic player that I think's really kind of helped them out. So hopefully Zach Geiger can help Infamous. And they also got Trevor Reeser back. Trevor Reeser played with Infamous from 2015 to through the 2017 season. So he spent 3 years there. Spent 4 years with Impact, but it's good to see Trevor Reeser back. And that kind of answers our question about Impact as well. You know, Impact picking up all of those goddamn guys. Did I delete my Impact notes? Impact loads up. I want to make sure. Impact, you know, adding Alex Goldman, adding Rainey, adding Harmon, and Marcelo. It's just, there's a ton of guys on that roster. So it makes sense that Reeser is going to go back over to Infamous. Let's see what the chat room is doing. What are you guys doing in here? I haven't looked at the chat room in a long time. What is happening? Pat Kraft to the Ironman. Did he? Or are you just lying? I don't know. It's so hard to tell. Pat Kraft to the Ironman. That would be a good idea, though. Chris Martin. I trust Chris Martin. Chris Martin says something in the chat. I trust Chris Martin. There's Dan Holiday. I thought about Dan Holiday earlier when I was looking at the roster, and I was like, damn, Dan and I are like the same age, but he is so much more like in shape than I am. There we go. Dan Holiday right there in the chat from Tampa Bay Damage says, you might have been like replying to something else too, so that might be why this doesn't make sense to me. Oh, Revo, maybe we're saying. What are we talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Says, yeah, they weren't from Baltimore. I played for a team called Detroit Strange, so no one was from Detroit. Russian Legion was never from Boston. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure. I know what you're talking about. All the teams are like that. You know, like Los Angeles Infamous. Like, none of those guys are from LA. Like, there might be a couple handful, you know, but the majority of the team would be like more Detroit, you know, with like Lemansky and Callian, you know, whoever living out there in the Midwest. Can we get Dave Youngblood to roster up in prison? What do you mean roster? Oh, like he's going to run the team from prison? I have a feeling if Dave goes to prison, I hope the team has nothing to do with him, because that would be, it's not like he's going to prison for like, I don't know, you know, he's going to prison for like the worst possible thing imaginable. Baltimore Trauma is a cooler name than Arsenal. Yeah, Baltimore Trauma would be cool. They'd be cool to see Trauma come back. But, you know, Tom Ford owns that Arsenal name, so it makes a little more sense. What else we got here? I want to find, there's a bunch of stuff I can talk about that I don't really have, like, images or media for, so let's get those out of the way, and then I'll, like, talk about the other stuff. Al Fernandez is retiring. Al Fernandez has been a very long-time pro player, and one of the more, like, I don't know, we'll say reserved players, I guess. You're not seeing Al like, you know, yelling a lot and like getting crazy. So he's probably not one of the more known pro players out there, but Al is extraordinarily good. He played 9 years, I should say, with the Ironmen, and actually came up with San Jose Royalty, a team that was local to me that I played against many times. Shane Pastana, was the Ironman coach for a very long time, started that San Jose Royalty team. They actually played professional for 1 year, but Al is retiring, and yeah, he just played pro for a long time. So it's kind of sucks to see people go, but that's how it is, right? I mean, there's so many of these guys that are this close age to retiring. It's bound to freaking happen at some point. But I don't know. He might be retiring from pro paintball But I could see him trying to play 10-man and stuff like that still, possibly. Al's retiring. I feel like we're like having a memorial. I was gonna like setting him off to sea. I don't fucking know. He does get a pension. They're gonna give him a case of paint a year. That's the paintball pension. The die paintball pension. 1 case of paint a year. Oh, look at these highlights. Do I still have the highlights? I don't have any of these videos though. Oh shit, I do have videos in here?
They gave it a shot. Patient had crawled up, but then
I didn't realize those videos were still in there. Let's see. Revo? Yeah. So, let's go back here. I'm looking at all my notes. There's so much stuff I was like taking notes in. Oh, Chris, I remember, okay. I'm gonna look for something very quick. Man, what is going on with my computer? There's like something that's like uploading right now in the background, and I have no idea what it is. Let's find out. Yeah, I don't know what, there's like literally like some, I don't know, some part of the OS that's like uploading like crazy. And it's killing the freaking bandwidth, and now it's done. I don't know, guys. Goddamn fucking computers. What was I doing? What was I doing? I don't know. What the hell was I doing? I was looking at my notes. Was I looking at my notes, or was I looking up something else? Oh, that's right. Chris Martin says that the Tauntauns. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go over here and see if whoa. That confused me. See, I don't know if I have to log into Facebook. Do I have to like log into goddamn fucking logging into Facebook? What is this shit? So this is new. The Tauntauns and Austin wait. Dude, I get so confused. So help me out here. Oh my god. Good lord. We're having all kinds of problems here. So let me open this in another window so I can actually read that. What does it say? Oh wow, see, this is just crazy. So like, one of the things that I always get confused about is like, it's so confusing to me. So like, if we look at, first, let's just make sure we're like all talking about the same thing here. Because one of the things that I get so confused about, it's gotten confusing because there's Austin FSU, right? Which is a completely different team than golly, Notorious than Austin Notorious, right? So there's Austin Notorious that play in the NXL, and then there's Austin FSU that play in Europe. But if we go back here, Austin Notorious and Tauntauns Forever have merged to form a new U.S. pro team, Tauntaun FSU. Austin Notorious had this to say: Diego Santos and Mark Franz are excited to announce the merge of Austin Notorious and the European powerhouse Toulouse Tauntauns to create the USA NXL Pro Team, Tauntaun FSU. Combining Tauntaun's European Championship pedigree with Austin Notorious' grit and determination, the partnership is excited to add another elite level team to the Pro Division. The Tauntauns organization had this to say: we are proud and excited to announce our entry into the highest level of competitive paintball. As passionate competitors, we will always pursue ambitious goals that have driven us for years. The dream would never have come true without the unwavering support of Mark Franz and Diego Santos, who dedication has. I'm all over the place. I'm like trying to like think and read at the same time, and it's not freaking working out. Pat Kraft, there we go. Here's another one. That Pat Kraft rumor was true. This is crazy. This is like, it's like breaking news. We're like a breaking news channel now. Breaking news. Breaking news. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We're going to get there. Breaking news. Pat Kraft, Ironman. Which is cool. I mean, Pat Kraft's obviously very good. I mean, is he the best New York Extreme player? I don't know. Easily one of the top 5 players in New York Extreme. And New York Extreme getting relegated down to the semi-pro division. Yeah, you're going to have to find places for guys. So like, even if some of the guys want to continue to play on New York Extreme in the semi-pro division, they just can't, you know? There's too many pro guys. You just can't fill out that roster. You can only have like 1 or 2 or something. You can't have, 12 guys that are pro on a semi-pro roster. So they've got to find spots. And the Ironmen were sure going to need people. The Ironmen, like we said earlier, lost Zach Geiger. Do I have any Ironman notes I can look at really fast? Lost Zach Geiger. And let's go look at, I want to look at that roster really fast. Let's try to find Ironman roster really quickly. Let's see the roster that played World Cup. Whoop, I'm clicking the wrong things. It's loading. It's still loading. Oh, there we go. Then let's open it up over here. So this was their World Cup roster. Are we going to see Keith DeVitt? I don't know. Keith DeVitt will probably stay with the Ironman if he continues to play. Mitch Fidley, he played really well, actually. Zach Geiger is gone, though. Is Tom Guest going to stay with the Ironman? I don't know who that is. Kyle Nicolau, he's very good. Stephen O'Mara's gone. Stephen O'Mara is going to go back to Revo. Henry Stentz, I don't know what Henry Stentz is going to do. Could we also see Stentz going back to Revo? I mean, he spent, forever with Revo. I mean, look at all this Revo. It's like the beginning of Revo. So the Ironmen are going to need players, that's for sure. I mean, they're definitely going to need bodies. So, adding Pat Kraft, seems to make sense to me. Tauntauns, though, I mean, that's crazy. So, I don't know, so are the Tauntauns going to play? It does leave, some questions, though, right? Like, will the Tauntauns play? I shouldn't have closed, I don't really know how to use, like, the internet, guys. Are the Tauntauns, you know, if the Tauntauns come play in the U.S., if they have, like, you know, their 5 guys kind of mix with the 5 guys from Notorious or whatever, are the Tauntauns still going to play in Europe? I mean, I would assume they still play in Europe as well. But that's what I meant to look up. So what I really meant to look up was Diego Santos. Is that the same? Just somebody let me know in the chat. Is that Diego Santos? Is that the same Diego that did the Latin Saints, correct? And Diego has... Pat McKenna, he would know. I would say current Houston Heat coach? What was I asking and you said yes to? Shit. What the hell was I asking? Diego Santos, that's right. Yeah, if you guys don't know the Diego saga, Diego started the Latin Saints. I've even lost track. When did he start the Latin Saints? Like 3 years ago. Picked up all the very good players and just kind of like didn't pay anyone and it kind of imploded, which is just crazy. And that's how we got Heat 2025. I assumed so. I was just like, I don't know. There's so much shaken up. And then who was talking about, like, I don't know. There's so much going on. There's still more rumors we're going to talk about. I still got more on my list. Diego, yeah, started the Latin Saints. So it's very odd, you know, like... Yeah. So tell us, yeah, Pat, tell us who you guys are adding to your roster. I have some, like, notes. I'll kind of riff. I'm going to riff on Houston Heat. Okay, let me pull the Houston Heat roster up first. I actually have that already, guys. Look at how prepared I am. Fucking prepared. Goddamn prepared. Okay. So rumor has it that Houston Heat, I want to pull that up. Rumor has it Houston Heat have been underperforming. I shouldn't say rumor has it. You know, I think that all these teams, I mean, all the teams that are in the top 10, if you're not winning tournaments, you're underperforming. You know, like Damage, if they're not winning every tournament, they're underperforming. If you're Dynasty and you're not winning every tournament, you're underperforming. If you're Heat, you know, everyone, all these teams, that's the only purpose is to win all the tournaments. And that's text is so small I can't see it. And we've seen that with Houston Heat. You know, why does it say 7 of 7? Oh yeah, they got the bye. That was weird. And it's like that with Houston Heat. Look, they got last place at World Cup. You know, but not, you know, I don't think it's not like they're that bad though. You know, a 6th, a 5th, a 5th. It's not like, you know, catastrophic. But the word on the street is it's getting blown up. I wouldn't say all blown up, but people are moving around. You know, a lot's happened. We saw Connor Kelly. Connor Kelly went over to fucking so many people have moved teams. Connor Kelly went over to Aftershock. Connor Kelly was, I don't want to say one of the better players in the team, but has been playing really well and was one of the more like up-and-comer good players. I'm going to watch the chat. We're going to see if anyone says anything crazy. Tyler Harmon's gone. You know, Tyler Harmon, obviously a big piece of any team he's been on the last 20 years. Saw a picture the other day of Tyler when he was 11 years old playing pro. I was like, God damn it, I remember that. It made all us that were like 18 feel like idiots. I'm like, there's little 12-year-olds out there? Yeah, so who knows what's happening here? I think that a lot could happen. I think there's rumor that Ronnie Dizon is possibly going to go play somewhere else, possibly go to Aftershock. There's rumors about the Russians going somewhere. It's possible that Mishka and Konstantin Fedorov rejoin Russian Legion, although I think it'd be kind of weird because there was a whole debacle where Sergey, this isn't like breaking news. I feel weird talking about this, but, you know, I didn't do it. You know, Sergey stole a bunch of money from people on his team. That's why he got kicked off Houston Heat, I guess. So it's weird that, I don't know, I find it weird he's even playing. You know, I can't imagine, like, I don't know, if it really happened and he stole, you know, stuff from, like money from his teammates, that's kind of crazy to even, like, get picked up by another team. So I don't know. But it'd be very weird for them to kind of, like, hook back up. I don't know. So lots of Houston Heat stuff. We don't really know what's happening. Where's Chad George going to go? Is Chad George going to go somewhere else? That would be kind of crazy because Chad's one of those guys that's been on Houston Heat forever. I mean, all of these guys have, though. Like, Chad Boucher's been on forever. Chad George. Like, look at how far back, you know, since the beginning, right? Or was Chad not in the beginning of Houston Heat? Was it 2012 the first year, or was it 2011? Look at that guy. Chad's funny. Vendetta. Damn, look at this. 2008? Jesus, dude. Houston Heat, 2011. 2012. It had to have been 2012, huh? Who knows? There's so much happening. It's hard to know. I think it's hard for even these, like, other teams to even know what's happening. Will says, rumor they're gonna add NXL matches to FanDuel. I don't know how I feel about gambling. I fucking hate gambling. Cole? It's all right, dude. Welcome to the round robin. Something. Dixon dip in French bread bowl. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know. What else we got? This is such a long ass list. There's, you know, apparently there's another merger, ML Kings. Although I don't know if this is going to happen. I don't know if this would happen. There's a talk about the ML Kings and the NYX doing a merge, but that would be kind of weird too, because, you know, the ML Kings have a current pro spot, and New York Extreme, obviously, they got relegated down to that semi-pro division. But they've already lost people, right? I mean, Pat Kraft, we just saw, went to the Ironman. Thomas Taylor is definitely looking to go to a new team. We saw CJ Cantor, he moved. So they've already lost, like, their good players, which makes sense because they can't even play semi-pro. So they've got to find teams. Maybe it's possible that Bo Milo, the owner of New York Extreme, just kind of still wants to be in that pro division. But then I think Slava, is he still the owner of the ML Kings? He's also like a paintball lifer as well and a good dude. So maybe both those guys coming together, you know, make the MLK NYXs or something like that. Will says, do you guys like the current 15-minute format? I don't know. First to 10. We kind of do that already. It's like the whatever thing. I was wondering what is better, the Dye M3 Plus or the TM40. I don't know, dude. It's probably going to come down to preference. I think most people are probably going to lean TM40. I would probably lean TM40. I just trust the Luxes a little bit more than those M3 guns. I think that if you were going to say like a DSR, you know, I'd rather have the DSR or the DSR Plus over the M3 or over the TM40 or the 180R. I mean, Ron just said it. I mean, the 180R, right now they're on sale for $900 too. Yeah. The TM40 is not bad though. You know, the Luxes, the newer Luxes aren't bad. I kind of like the new Luxes. They're not like awful like they used to be. Yep. We have another big question. You know, I seem to remember AC Diesel. We're going to put a little bit of AC Diesel video on this Montitor. Maybe we'll turn the audio on a little bit, eh? Eh?
Important game for Columbus level as they're throwing down here in point number 1. Looks like a nice kill for Diesel to take get a shot.
Yeah, why not? There we go. AC Diesel. You know, I seem to remember. This is last year for AC Diesel. Like, they don't put, like, Go Sports or whatever. They didn't, like, put anything on YouTube, really, for AC. I seem to remember AC Diesel, Mark Johnson, owner of AC Diesel, saying that he wanted to kind of, like, commit to a 2-year plan. And said that he would, you know, he wanted to try the team for 2 years and see what happens. I believe that's correct. And we are at that 2-year mark. And, you know, it didn't go that well for Diesel. Diesel averaged a 13th place over that 2 years. So with their highest place, I believe they got, what did they get, like 4th at World Cup this year? Played really 5th, I don't know. Played really well at World Cup, though. Easily their best year. But they have lost players. So even if the team decides to, you know, continue and Mark Johnson continues with the team, they're still down people. You know, Alex Goldman's gone, went back over to Impact. They lost Cody Mikowski right before World Cup when he decided to go over to Revo. You know, we had Justin Justin Rabakov left at the beginning or late last year to go play with Russian Legion. And they really haven't added guys, right? They haven't changed their roster much. I think we've seen really good play out of guys like that. BJ, no, that's Alex. Out of BJ Henningberg, they look so similar. Yeah. BJ, seen very good play out of him. Also, Clint Johnson's also been playing well. But is that good enough? You know, I don't know. It's very possible that they, like, tone back the roster and don't pay all these big, huge guys. Like, is Kyle Spica going to remain on the team? Or are we going to see them kind of blow the whole thing up? AC Diesel, we don't know. But we'll certainly find out in a little bit of time. I don't know how long of time, but a little bit. Major Clint. Yeah, I'm making a video on that. I made a video about the, like, overshooting at World Cup. Whoa. That should be out kind of soon here. I didn't make it. It's not done yet, but, you know, it's getting there. I think people should like the live stream. If you're watching this, make sure to give the live stream a like. It's certainly helpful. This fucking goddamn uploading thing is killing me, though. What is going on? Stream health. Warning, warning, warning. I keep seeing these fucking warnings. Make sure to like the live stream. Give the live stream a like. Maybe, you know, since we didn't talk about it at all, maybe head over to the the Paintball Ruined My Life store, where you can get headbands for just $30. They're 100% denim, bull denim cotton. There's some, you know, hats on there like this one. It will not be reversed, though. You know, this will be the correct way. Check them out. Paintball Ruin My Life shop. paintballruinmylife.com/shop. There's a link in the description. There's some cool barrel covers on there. You know, there's a 3-pack of headbands that are $75, so you can get 3 headbands. Maybe, like, you know, buy a headband for your significant other or something, whoever that may be. May it be a man, a woman, a plant, a horse. Can you marry a horse? I couldn't. I don't think I could marry a horse. You know, I gotta draw the line somewhere, and I'm gonna draw it at horses. Animals smaller than horses are still on the table, but you know, Horses are big. Has paintball gone soft, or maybe it's our old players just knobs? People be like, knobs? What the fuck's a knob? Be like, are old players just British? That's what, I don't know. You know, I'm not even sure what the title of it is. It's just, I just talk about the overshooting, and it's like, I talk about it being good and bad, and like the consequences, and maybe the good things, and like, you know, whatever. So like a 10-minute or something like that. Zach Patient took some balls. Yeah, he did. He got shot like 50 times. It's kind of crazy, actually. What is a knob? You know that, like, I mean, there's a lot of dudes here. You know, you got your, like, dick shaft. You got your dick, right? You got your penis. I mean, normally they're not this big, you know, but there's a shaft, and then you got a knob on the top. There's like a little knobby on the top. Some people might have a hook on the top. What animals have hooks on their dicks? There's some of them that have like hooks, and it goes in and they like hook, they like latch in. That didn't sound like fun. We need some Saudi money in paintball. Should we, we're gonna sport wash or whatever the heck it's called? Sports washing. You know what's pathetic? Hold on. Saudi. I don't know what to search for. Okay, here it is, yeah. So, oh, I'm completely frozen. Having all kinds of, like, glitches in the system today, guys. I don't know what to do about it. It's like there's new glitches every time. This is just crazy. I was like, you know, on the internet, as you do. Let's get rid of some of these gibbers. And I came across this on YouTube, and I was like, what is this? Like, this is an open water swimming event in Saudi Arabia. Damn. Hold on. But look at it. It's like just in the middle of nowhere. Like, I don't know what all this infrastructure is in the background even, but it's just like so weird. They just like put the thing in the middle of the desert, and like, and the people are swimming in the Arabian Ocean. Is it the Arabian Gulf or whatever? But like, it's like a military complex. It's like, what? It's just like, who the hell's gonna go to this goddamn thing? It's very weird. I was like, what is the purpose of this? And, you know, the only purpose is like to, you know, make Saudi Arabia look cool, which, you know, our government's done a pretty good job at. I don't know, I thought that was kind of weird. I was like, what the hell's going on? Fucking crazy. Which Mac should I get? I don't know what the fucking... I don't think it has anything to do with Macintoshes. I don't know what is going on. There's just like a lot of shit that's not running well all of a sudden, I feel like. Because like I've been using the same computer for like 2 years to do live streams. It's been perfectly fine. I feel like all of a sudden the last ones have been like... The last like 4... I don't know. Steve? Hey Brad, for us mechanical marker players, have you seen or talked about the Balkan buzzsaw that's coming out? Not really. I think I do know what it is though. Let me look at it really fast. Let me see if I remember. The buzzsaw or the ripsaw? I see ripsaw. It does take dye magazines too, right? got to be like the rip saw. The rip saw. You know, I don't know, honestly. Here we go with weird computer problems. See, anytime like, why is Brave, like Brave browser, like freaks out? Maybe I'll like close this. I don't know. Like, what if I just turn this one extension off? Okay. The rip saw. What magazine is it taking? Is it taking those dye magazines? Yes, okay. I was like, I'm pretty sure it was. It obviously comes in a bunch of colors. It's fairly well priced. You know, 220 is really good. But it's, you know, not out yet, so who really knows? But this is kind of what I'm interested in. All the different conversions. I mean, obviously this front stuff, like the barrel shroud, and, you know, that's whatever. Different magazines, and you can put all this crap on top. But what intrigues me more, though, is the tank-mounted, I don't know, tank-mounted stock. What the hell do we call that? It looks like they have a 13 cubic inch one and then like a 22 cubic inch one. It's good. I mean, the thing about these though, you know, is it's not much different than the TMC from Tipman. So, I mean, once you do all that, like, you know, tank stuff to the Tipman and, you know, whoa, do whatever, it's really not going to be all that much different than the TMC. I cannot find the goddamn mouse. So it's still going to be similar to that TMC. I personally would much rather have the TMC with the like tank in the stock and stuff. I just trust Hitman considerably more, you know, like, to be fair though, I have not seen the newer Valken guns, the actual like paintball guns. But, I mean, I've sold plenty of the previous ones, like, you know, thousands of the previous ones, and then thousands of Tipmans. So just in general, I think that I prefer the Tipman stuff. It also looks like it's considerably smaller, too. It doesn't look as big. But, you know, I really think that if you're serious about MagFed, you really do buy this thing. I mean, maybe not. Maybe not that one. You really do buy this, the EMF 100. Let's actually go over here. Oh. Ooh, let's just click this, since I cannot type right now. EMF 100. I'm curious if they're on sale. Nope. But it's easily the best MagFed gun ever made. So, like, you know, you want MagFed? That's what you buy. That's all I got for you. That's all I got for you. Ripsaw? Yep. How would these merging teams get a pro spot? Because one of them already has it, you know. So it's kind of like, you know, just changing the name or something. So it's not like, you know, it's like the Tauntauns and Austin Notorious, if they merge, I mean, ultimately they're just changing the name of Notorious to Tauntauns, because Notorious already have that pro spot. So they're just going to, you know, change the name to Tauntauns and add some Tauntaun guys in, I'm assuming. They're selling a 3D render. It's like a pre-order. But you can't like the Ripsaw is 3D pictured. Yeah, it's already gone. But at least it's I don't think that they're allowing like customers to pre-order them. I think that it's probably just like for or not manufacturers, for like retailers and stuff. Yeah. What other news do we have? I didn't even finish talking about all this stuff. We do know that apparently, I don't really have any information on this though, but I do know that there is a outside sponsor, whatever that means, looking to sponsor a large pro team. That's all. That literally could mean anything. It's like, you know, when Dynasty had the Intel sponsor, or when Dynasty had a Rockstar sponsor. There's been a handful of times other companies have come in. I really would like to see more sports stuff, really. Like, we've seen a handful of these teams that are sponsored by like New Balance, or, you know, teams have gotten Nike stuff for free every once in a while. But, you know, they're giving them like, you know, here's 5 pairs of cleats and, you know, a shirt. You know, it'd be really cool to see like an actual sponsorship or something like that from an actual like athletic company. I think that would be pretty cool to sponsor them for shoes or something. I mean, it'd probably just be shoes though, huh? Like cleats. People saying balls? I'd like, balls. Whatever. I want money. Red Bull? A Red Bull would be good because Red Bull's got that money. Wonder Bread, they probably have money too. I mean, there used to be a Wonder Bread factory down the street and I could smell it. Not here. Well, it's like 5 miles away, so I can't really smell it. But when we drive by it, you could smell it. It was really good. It was like, I remember going on a field trip there when I was a kid. What the hell is that place now? We'll look it up later. The Wonder Bread factory. Not really a rumor, but Tyler Harmon leaked the HK Army milled Geo R5. I saw something like that. I think Marcelo might have too. Because I saw something on Instagram and I was like, what gun is that? And I was like, I don't know. It didn't make any sense to me because it looked really close to the infamous gun, but then it was tagged to HK Army, and I was like, I don't get it. So that would make sense that maybe they got those guns early. It looked a lot like the infamous one. It was kind of hard to tell, but it looked very similar to the infamous gun. We'll see. Golden black one, Ron? Yep, for sure. It was that one. Because I even like pulled up other pictures of the infamous guns and I was like, I mean, it kind of looks like one of the newer ones, but I didn't see. Soup posted about it. Let's see if we can find Will Ball for Soup. It's a weird name. I wonder where he got that. It's just like mine. Mine's kind of weird. Mine makes a little more sense though. I don't know. I don't see it on his Instagram, at least. I don't know. Either way, maybe Marcelo still has it on there. This was like a couple days ago, though. No, yeah, it's definitely gone. I'm looking. Oh, it's a story. They definitely weren't. Marcelo's was definitely all gone. Oh, yeah. There it is. I don't know if it's going to work here. If I put this on this window. Okay. Yeah, see, look at how, like, I don't know, we can't really, like, show you guys, because it doesn't work really well. But, you know, it's a Geo, and it looks milled, you know, it looks a lot like the HK guns before, and it's fancy. That's about it. Seth, oh dang, new fan of your channel here. Well, hello. Last played 16 years ago, a long time ago. I just found out my area has a speedball scene. Looks like I'm getting back in the sport. Where are you at? Check this out. Says the HKR5 might drop on the 4th. Old soul? Good evening. Some brand says, can't wait for the X Dynasty players to snark about the Force. I don't even know if they will, right? Like, do they even, like, does anyone even say anything interesting anymore? Or, dude, what is going on? It's like the browser that's, like, wigging out here. That's really causing me problems. So, I'm just going to close the fucking browser and see what happens. Completely new computer. Let's open Safari. Look at this Safari. We're getting lag even opening Safari up. Fucking Christ. It's a goddamn catastrophe. Hey Chris. Hey Brad. Huge fan. Everyone says they're a fan. I just thought of like you're a fan. I thought of the Not Like Us lyrics there for a second. Huge fan. We have the same body type. Thank you. I don't know. So I'd like to check out the products you like. Cool. Thanks for everything you do. Thanks for everything, dude. Appreciate you and your information. Of course. Thank you. Just make sure to like the live stream on your way out. That's all. That's all I ask. Just like and subscribe, you know. The hell was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something. I don't know. Who knows? Master J Cube says, Enemy this date drop tonight, sold out in 2 minutes. What are they selling? Oh, I can't open freaking Brave. I gotta close that browser. Damn. Well, I don't know. We're not gonna look. Hey, Brad, big fan. When will you open up an OnlyFans account? What makes you think I haven't? I don't know. We've all got a lot of problems if that's what I'm doing. M4 Mac Minis are $4.99. I know, but what am I going to do with this one? I did think about trading this one in too, seeing if they'd even do it. $4.99 is kind of a scam price though, because really, you know, I don't know. Like, I feel like they need more RAM. Like, I feel like, or do they come with 16 gigs now, or do they come with like, do they come with 16 gigs, or are they 8 gigs now? You're making me wonder. You're making me wonder. Your body is Wonderland. Mac Pros, Mac Minis. And I was really looking, you know, because I really kind of do want a laptop. Because, you know, for editing video and doing video stuff, it's just a lot easier with like laptops. Do they have 16 gigs of RAM now? They do have 16 gigs of RAM now. That's kind of what I thought. So I was looking at the laptops, and they're like $3,000, and I don't have $3,000 to spend on a goddamn laptop. So anyway, Is a Geo 4 for $600 a good price? Probably. I would think so. Mainly because, like, well, not mainly, but I don't know what the hell I was thinking. But I'm not 100% sure, you know, because I don't really, like, keep up so much on used pricing, because it's something that fluctuates so much. And if you're not, like, actively looking to buy used guns, you know, like, who knows? But Ben here says, retailers, did he say that? He did. Retailers, retail is definitely a good price. Private, you should probably get $550 to $500. And when he says retailers, he means like bfpgear.com. If you were to buy it used there, it's going to be a little more, which makes more sense though, because there's kind of a reason for that, right? I mean, you're buying it from somebody that exists, right? They have a actual place you can go to and you can call them, and, you know, they're not just a random person on the internet. And hopefully all those companies that are selling those things, everyone, you know, they go through them and make sure they work, and, you know, they like fix them. So you kind of know something's going to work. I know BFP Gear do that for sure. So 16 gigs, which I seriously don't know. I don't think I need a new computer. So doesn't make any sense. You know, there's no way it just need a new one for no reason. Like, I don't know. I don't know though. I might clean install. I might just full on clean install rather than like use the backups and stuff. I might just clean install the OS and see what happens. I'll tell you what though, I closed that freaking Brave browser and it sure works better. Who knows? No idea. My homies are all pro editors. So am I, technically. The Macs are for their side gigs. I don't know what that means. I mean, because the new Mac computers are so much faster than any Windows computer could ever imagine to be. I mean, the new Mac Silicon and stuff is fucking crazy. I mean, it's like mind-blowing. Like, you're watching me now on the cheapest version of they've ever sold of that thing, right? I have the very first Mac Mini M1 with 8 gigs of RAM, and it really does work perfectly fine. You know, obviously this little, like, situation where we're not really working well. I think it was mainly the browser, though, because, you know, we're fine now. I closed Brave, and it seems to be working better. Pull up resource utilization. Like this? Why? We don't need to do that. I'm constantly watching. Yeah, I've got an M1 MacBook Air out there too, and it's crazy. Like I literally have no need for a faster computer. That's why it's very difficult to buy it. You know, like I edit all the videos. I don't know why I'm on this screen. I edit all the videos, you know, on the original M1 Mac products. They're like 4 years old at this point. And, you know, work fine. So it's really difficult to be like, I just spent $3,000 and get a laptop. It's like, no, fucking, that's craziness. That's goddamn craziness. That's goddamn crazy. What was the worst NXL layout you can remember? You know, I don't know. I got the worst memory ever, so I'm not the guy. But I was watching stuff yesterday. I was looking for like overshooting moments and stuff, and like scrubbing through a bunch of like the matches from last year. And it was even maybe this year. Whichever layout was like, I don't even know what it's called. You know, the layout's not mirrored. It was like horizontally mirrored. It was like flipped over or whatever. Like, I really hated that. Like, it was like weird asymmetrical. So, yeah, I just really didn't like that one. Those were just really hard to watch. So any of the ones that are, you know, normal shaped. Yeah. Can we see CPU utilization? Why? I mean, nothing's happening at this point. It's like perfectly fine. What's crazy is like, where the hell's it at? Did it go over to this window? Am I in the other monitor? There you go. There's the load. We'll leave that up for you. There are the 4 and 4 cores, right? Just bought a MacBook. Just bought the M4 Pro Mac. Just bought the M4 Pro MacBook Pro. That's a hell of a fucking. What I also kind of hate though is that, like, you know, I don't need like a pro processor. I just take the normal M4 one. It's like not that big of a difference. But what I hate is I can only get if I want the 16, you actually have to upgrade to the like higher end processor, which is kind of annoying, you know. You guys liking the whatever we're doing here is? This is the activity monitor. These are all the cores, these are all the physical cores in this computer. You can see them right there. And we got a lot of shit going on. I mean, you can see OBS is obviously the bad part. I bet if we open up Brave, it'll just like lose its mind. Let's see what happens. Or are you trying to see if I'm running any like crazy software? See, look at this shit. Look at friggin' full blast to the moon. Look at that shit. Get out of here. Get it out of here. All right, anyway, this is like the least entertaining live stream that's ever happened. What are we doing here? Ask me, like, let's get some paintball stuff going on. GP cheat. Does anyone remember that time when a team started on the wrong side and didn't realize until the last second and then had to quickly run to the other start gate? I'm trying to remember. It's happened a lot. There's actually been like times where teams have done that on purpose. There's like historically a Red Legion. There was a Red Legion match where like the Red Legion guys, like, what happened? How'd they do that? They called a timeout or something, and they like went to the wrong start gate. So they went to the wrong start gate on purpose. And then it tricked the other team to going to the wrong start gate as well. So both teams were at the wrong start gate, but the Red Legion guys knew it. And there were 10 seconds left. With 10 seconds left, they just like ran to the other start gate. And then the other guys were just like, what the fuck are these guys doing over here? And then the horn went off, and then all the other guys were at the wrong start gate. So they all got eliminated. And I'm pretty sure that they won that point. I think that's how that went down. That was kind of cool. That was a long time ago, though. I don't know, man. I wish we could find a video. You know, one of the problems that like I have, and I'm going to start doing, right, is we don't have highlights of anything. So like, I feel like anything that happens, I want to get rid of that. Anything that happens, we don't ever hear about, right? I mean, like these highlights right here from NXL, they just go and die. I don't know. Like, you know, we think about like crazy stuff that happens in the NBA or, you know, crazy NFL plays. It's like we can go find that stuff, and, you know, crazy moves happen in the NXL or in pro paintball, and it just goes and dies. Like, you're never going to watch it again. Like, it just, boop, disappears. And it's kind of unfortunate, right? Like, I just wish that...
I crawled up, but then...
You know, there was like a better way for highlights to exist or something like that. But I bring that up because for live streams for the last year or two, have been collecting highlights from all the tournaments, and I have some, right? Like these are all highlights that I've collected, and I ripped off the Go Sports page. So I am going to start keeping them at least. I don't know Go Sports is going to do it or how that works, but I'm going to just start keeping all of them, right? So we can have stuff like this and I can reference it quickly and pull it up. Because, just like that Red Legion thing where they like switched start gates, all fast. I don't know. It's on the webcast, but I don't know what tournament it was. I don't know what match it was. And, you go to find these things at the tournaments and it's like, well, they had 4 matches and each match is an hour. So you got to figure out where in the match it was. And then there's all these other videos. It's like just a lot. So I'm going to try and hopefully organize and keep some of those things, because there's been a lot of moves that have happened in paintball and like tournament things that have happened like this that, I would like to be able to reference and keep and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of moves that I can think of off the top of my head that I've seen, but I don't know where they're at and I don't know what games they're in and I don't know. So, Ron, is Go Sports going to flag you? They have before, which is curious, right? I think it's very curious. Yes, Go Sports gave me a copyright strike once because I showed too much of a match. I don't know. I just feel like, I'm not just some guy. I'm not just like pirating it, I was like talking about it and they gave me a copyright strike on the Ruined Clips channel. But they're okay with me showing highlights as long as it's, just like those. If it's like a minute long highlight, they're okay with that. But they didn't like me showing a bunch of the finals one time. But I was like, dude, just freaking send me an email. I'll just take it down. You don't gotta flag the goddamn channel. Give me copyright strikes. I'm like, just like, tell me. I don't think that they'll have a problem with like me because I'm just going to keep them for me. I'm not like putting all the highlights online. I'm going to keep them for me so that I can do videos later on. It would be cool if they were all online somewhere, but yeah. Some brands do bloopers. People love bloopers. Also, Tom's Cold Wife is a solid 8. Bloopers. I know. We've done bloopers before, for sure. Like, there's some weird stuff that always happens. Like, there's like bloopers in here somewhere. Not that one. What's this one? No, not that one. Sorry if I'm making everybody deaf. Is this a blooper? Nope.
Attack a retreat from Hogue. I understand this field. Well, and they have no idea.
Not a blooper.
Yeah, they didn't play two yesterday.
Drop their first one.
Maybe not bloopers, just like stupid stuff that happened.
To the top, does he get the kill on him? No, he doesn't. Oh.
That was rainy move. I don't know. Jesus. Bloopers happen. Seth, Go Sports seems to be actively holding back this sport. Just from a viewer's perspective, I still can't watch World Cup finals anywhere. How is that good for growth? Well, it's probably not. You're probably right. But they're also like two separate things, right? I think that we like, I don't know, right? Like you think about like the NXL and Go Sports and stuff, and it's like, I don't know, it's not their like, they're not trying to grow paintball really, you know? It's not like that's not their purpose. It's like, Go Sports Well, the NXL's purpose is to serve their customers, right? So as long as like the tournament players that they're serving are happy and it's going their way, then that's what they have to worry about, you know, because those are their customers. And Go Sports, you know, it's kind of weird, right? Because Go Sports, they're behind that paywall because they have to be, right? They have to make money. And the only way for them to make money is having like us pay them to watch it, which I'm fine with. I don't think that it's not like overpriced or anything like that. So it's not like a bad value or anything like that. But I do wish that it was free so that more people could see it, right? Because for Go Sports or for Major League Paintball Plus is really what they are called now. So we should probably call them that. MLPB Plus. MLPB Plus, I guess, something like that. Major League Paintball Plus, you know, they kind of have to do both a little bit, because if you're just behind the paywall, no one's ever going to see it, right? You know, if I like start whatever.com and like it's just behind a paywall all the time, no one's ever going to see the thing. And so they kind of have to do both, right? They kind of have to be behind the paywall and then kind of not be behind the paywall at the same time. But yeah, it's just not they're just not it's not their responsibility to grow the sport. I don't know whose responsibility it is, though. You know, is it anyone's responsibility? You know, if it was anyone's responsibility, it's on the manufacturers more so than, you know, the leagues and stuff, because the manufacturers benefit directly from more people playing paintball. You know, if 50% people, if like, you know, paintball, 50% more people played paintball overnight, honestly, that means Planet Eclipse is going to make 50% more money. Something flying around. So those are probably the people that should be trying to grow paintball. Shot Theory, he knows what he's talking about, but he disagrees. There's a cost to produce it, and it's what? I don't know. That's a cost to produce it, and it's what, $10 a month? You guys can't afford a library of every single game? I don't know, I'm confused. I wonder if, like, I think that they lose money, though. I think they do have every game library. Dude, you know what I fucking hate, though? Dude, I've been complaining about the Go Sports, like, paintball experience. I think I have to log in, though, to show this. So they do have, like... You know what else I hate is, like, if you go to gosports.com, right? Does it work? It totally probably doesn't forward. This shit's fucking crazy to me. Okay, it works now. It wasn't like, at one time it wasn't forwarding at all, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So do I have to log in? No. So one thing I definitely don't like, it's just kind of weirdly laid out, right? Like where, like if I click this, ah, fuck, it's gonna make me like, hey, there's where you can watch your finals at, though. What happened here? Browse. It's just odd. Like if I click World Cup, it's like weird. It's like all World Cup tournaments. So it's like not the greatest sorted. You can go all the way, go back to browse. You can go all the way to the bottom. Not all the way, but you can go look by season as well. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. Speaking of the library, I was actually going to go to the library. I'm probably going to go to the library on Wednesday. I was like, that looks like a good place to work. So I might go hang out at the library. Yeah, I just don't like, I think that their website's a little wonky. But, you know, I don't know, dude. I don't know. You know, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It makes it hard to find stuff, and I don't know. Anyway. How you guys doing? We just seem to complain about it so much. Check it out. Paintball needs another Oliver Lang. I remember looking up to him and wanting to be like him when I was first started playing. I feel like we haven't had a superstar for the sport since Ollie. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I also feel that, like, I don't know. I feel that, like, maybe there was more to look up for. This fucking dog barking. Tell me about it. He goddamn fucking... We're not even talking about the dog barking. I got a dog barking, a retarded next door neighbor who won't shut up. It's a goddamn nightmare. What are we talking about? Oliver. Yeah, I do think that, like, when Oliver was coming up, though, right? We'll see, like, 2001, 2004-ish, 3, you know, in there, 5. I think that we were also in a different phase of paintball, right? When paintball was growing. Everything was, like, big and new and exciting. And we kind of didn't know what the future held, right? It looked like people we were going to make money, and paintball was going to go big and mainstream, and it was, you know, everyone's going to get rich. And guys like Oliver were traveling the world to play. I mean, they were, you know, traveling to Europe and going all over. And I feel like a lot of that's pulled back, right? Not a lot of the American guys are going to Europe anymore. No one's going to Asia anymore. You know, we kind of know where we're at paintball wise. You know, we don't think in 5 years we're going to be millionaires like we did in 2005. You know, everyone thought we were going to be like the next paintball. Everyone thought it was like the next baseball, right? It didn't turn out that way. So I think that it was kind of a number of things, really, for sure. Dynasty was just a good story in general. You know, Dynasty just being like the shit was very helpful. What dog breed? A Rottweiler. I've actually never seen it very clearly, but I'm like pretty sure he's a Rottweiler. Or she's a Rottweiler, I have no idea. I got an offer to trade my TM40 with $100 on top for an M3 Plus Icon. Should I do it? I wouldn't do it. I'd rather the TM40. I'd have a TM40. Who the hell? Someone asked earlier about like TM40 versus M3. But I'd rather have a TM40 for sure. Faux show. Outside sponsorships were coming in. Dynasty had Intel and Rockstar. I know we talked about that. But that's because, like, I think that it was kind of weird, right? Like, let me see here. I do have, like, this. We've talked about this kind of before in live streams. Come on. Come on, little daddy. Waiting for Notion to load. Come on, little Susie. Right? Something like that. So I definitely have a video I was working on that I don't know if it'll ever come out or not, because I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it really works or not. But I really kind of think that, like, most of the time that we think of as like the best years of paintball, right? Like we were talking about Oliver, and that like they're not being like superstars, or they're not being like anything like really exciting that's going to like really draw people in to want to play pro. There was a lot happening, right? So like for sure when Intel and Rockstar were here, when they were like sponsoring Dynasty, it was mainly hype, right? I mean, I think that Intel and Rockstar, you know, they see like a growing, emerging kind of like hobby, right? And they just want to like tag onto that, just as any advertiser does, right? So that's a good thing, right? Obviously, them having outside money and investing that into paintball is a good thing. But I think that a lot of that like hype and a lot of that hype might not be the right word, that like excitement or forward-looking ambition, I don't fucking know, was kind of not real in a way. I think that the industry in general, that being the manufacturers, where it's like Angel, Smart Parts, National Paintball Supply, I don't know, those companies, right? In the early 2000s, really kind of like were really pushing paintball very hard, which resulted, I think, in growth. But I think a large majority of the growth from like 1998 to like 2001, 2002 was mostly natural. It was mostly this goddamn ladybug. It was mostly like a natural growth. And then the league, not the league, but the industry kind of caught on and we're like, hey, let's go hardcore, right? So we saw the like rebirth of the MPPL with their 7-man format. We also, at that same time, roughly, saw the... Is it a mosquito? I don't know. We, at the same time, saw the PSP come about. And... yeah. But most of that, like, especially with the MPPL, right? We look back at the MPPL as being, like, super nice and, like, the pinnacle of paintball. But, you know, the MPPL lost money all the time. The league never made money. So since its like inception, when it was pure promotions, when it was 7-man, they never made money. They lost money every year. And then like the Smart Parts World Championships that was on TV and the Outdoor Life Network TV shows that were on and the MPPL that was on Fox Sports Net, the industry bought all of that. So it was all paid for by either Smart Parts or, in case of the MPPL stuff, it was all paid for by Angel. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like those were just kind of like those whole years. It was just like the industry burning money. It was like all the money they made from the previous 4 years through that growth period, they just burnt it all on TV. And burnt it all on like making the MPPL crazy and like all these things, which probably helped, you know, a little bit, but it's not this like organic, like, oh, paintball, you know, grew and was all by itself. It was kind of all like weird, propped up by the industry. And as soon as the industry started to lose money because of like the economy crashing in 2007, 2008, you know, it affected a lot of stuff. And then all that money that they had and were just wasting just went away. And all of that like TV and all that stuff just went away too. So it wasn't like this weird organic thing. And it's the same thing that's happening now, right? Didn't like the NXL on ESPN, like they paid for that, you know, like someone had to pay for all the cameras and editing and like all that stuff. It wasn't ESPN. ESPN just said, hey, we'll give you a time slot. I'm like, all right. So they had to make and sell and do all this stuff to make this stuff for like the NXL ESPN show. So it's not like all fake, but it just came to me when I was making one of these MPPL videos that I'm like, all this was just an advertisement. Like, it was all just one big ad. It was kind of just like a big ad. So I don't know. I don't know if that's like a real thing. I don't know if anybody feels that way about it. A lot of people probably haven't thought about it the way I think about it. But I don't really know. There's not a lot of information about that stuff. And it's kind of just my gut feeling. So I don't know if there's a whole like spot for a video on there or whatnot. TM40. Of course Daniel's gonna say that. What are we talking about? Everyone keeps asking about TM40s. Do you think the TM40 or the Shocker era is better? TM40 for sure. I just hate the way the Shockers feel. I mean, I got like the hand the size of a something. So I don't like those like real small Shockers. It feels like I'm like I can't hold them. I don't know. They're just insane feeling to me. Boomer T. There's a great way to put it, Brad. Although I don't know if that's real or not. I don't know if it's like a... I don't know. You know? I just don't know if anyone's ever thought about it like that. Just came to me when I was making the MPPL video a while ago. That's why the titles of the video were... These are working titles. These are not going to be it. Unveiling the truth behind Paintball's boom years. The truth behind Paintball's boom years. The hidden story behind Paintball's so-called golden years. The manufactured hype of Paintball's boom. The golden era of Paintball was fake. Paintball needs Dana White level of promoting skills working behind the scenes. Sorta, sure. I don't know. It's so hard though, because, you know, people own companies and stuff. So it's like, you know, it's like Dana's good for, you know, UFC. He's not good for the MMA. You know, he just tries to promote. I mean, he's good for MMA, but like, you know, because the UFC's so big. But he's trying to like promote his brand, the UFC. He's not doing anything for like mixed martial arts. He's not like grow MMA. He's like fuck MMA. UFC. Delmont? Paintball needs drama. I like it. I like the drama. We kind of talk about the drama in the newest video. Whatever it's going to be called. What will the new video be called? I don't really know. I got a bunch of titles. We got a shitload of titles. Eduardo, thank you for becoming a member of the Paintball Ruined My Life community. It looks good in the green. I liked the green in the background there. It looked pretty good. The goddamn pop-up chat thing didn't work forever. Thank you, sir. Welcome to whatever this is. Who is the face of Paintball? Tom Cole? No. Ryan Greenspan, 100%. There's no question it's Ryan Greenspan. Who else would it be? It's Ryan. It's got to be Ryan Greenspan. It's either Ryan. It's Ryan. For sure, Ryan Greenspan. Ain't no question. Definitely not me. Definitely not me. If it's me, we have problems. Because I put like 12% effort into this. No, it's like 25. I probably put like 25% of my effort into this. What is going on here? Trying to get to YouTube Studio. Go. I'm trying to find this. There we go. Woo! I'll tell you what, Safari sure does run a little bit snappier. I mean, I know it does. It just doesn't have all the extensions that I want. A little bit kind of annoying. Okay. Best current paintball player. Dang. who is the current... Let me know who you guys think in the chat. Who is the best current pro? Check this out. Brad isn't the face of paintball we need. He's the face of paintball we deserve. If I'm the face of paintball, I'm just the guy you got stuck with. I'm just the guy who did it. No one else is doing it. I'm just doing it. Who else is doing it? Now there's Matt's doing it. There's like Matt the Gym Rat. Matt's doing it. There's like a handful of people that are doing it. Who is currently the best pro though? Delmont, I'm gonna answer this pro question too. I just want to see what you guys say. I want to think about it more too. Did we hear anything about ESPN's showing? Did they still have interest? I know it went well. I mean, honestly, they only were like gonna pay for one, or they only like were gonna allow allocate, I think, for one time slot. And it got showed way more than that. I think like many times. So that's good for sure. What that means, I don't know. Maybe they'll just want another show next year for the Ochos or whatever. But I don't know if I don't know if it makes sense. I just don't get it. So I think you give me the 200 grand. And I'll get more people interested, I think. Who we got here? Cyrus? No, I didn't want to say. I almost wanted to say Colt Lukow. I was like, Colt's gangster. But, Colt, no. Cyrus, no. J-Rab, I don't know. J-Rab played really good this last year. Marcelo, I don't know. Don't we have paintball stats for this? Kinda though. It's kind of just like win record. It's not the greatest situation. Dan Shot Theory says Brian Smith. No, Brian's one of my favorite players to watch. But Tyler, I think Ben's probably right. Alexander Bridnikov. He's the best paintball player ever, if you ask me. Alexander Bridnikov, best player ever. Ever? I think Bridnikov. I think that if I had unlimited, if you were to pick any player, if you're going to make a dream team and the first person you pick from all the active pro players, who would that be? I think that would probably be the best player too. I'd probably still pick Bridnikov. I'd probably still pick Alexander Bridnikov. Dude, Malloy is just awesome. Yeah. That's about it. Some brains, if paint gets shittier, that will kill off interest. Yeah, that's probably true. Has paint gotten worse? We always say that, everyone always says, paint's worse now than it used to be, and, yada, yada, yada. And it's is that true? Or do we just, say that because we want to, be oh, it was better back when I was a kid? Fucking kidding me. So here we go. Shot Theory, Dan Holiday. He's actually played against all these people, so he really knows. He says Malloy is disgustingly good. He just does weird ass shit. You're like, what is he doing? Oh, okay. That's what I find crazy. Ever? Ryan Greenspan. All right, I'm with you on that. That's fine. I would say right now, I would probably pick, if I had one player, like I was saying, the first person, it probably would be Malloy still. Greatest ever is probably Ryan. I'm with you on that. It's kind of like the LeBron thing, right? It's You know, people could like argue if like Jordan was better than LeBron in his prime or whatever, or there was like, a 4-year span where Jordan was better than LeBron ever could or ever was or could be. But LeBron's been doing it for like 20 years. And like, I always said that about Oliver. I was like, yeah, Oliver was the best, but then you left. And then Ryan kept playing and won more tournaments and is just as good, if not better than he's ever been. He's probably better now than he's ever been. So I think just by that longevity and that consistency and like never getting hurt and never missing tournaments and like, he's just really good. So I hear you on that. That's probably right. That's probably true. That's probably true. Can we watch Malloy highlights? You cannot, because who knows where they are. One day, I'm going to categorize and I'll keep them, and someday I'll be like, sure, it might happen in 2050. So in 20,000 years. Ben Lawton. Chris Martin, you asked earlier, though, I wanted to see this. Who's the best tall pro player? I don't know. Dan Holiday. Who's the best 6-foot-plus player? Because I don't really know how tall everybody is. Everyone looks like different. Because, like, I still remember the first time I like met Ryan Greenspan or like any of those guys. And I was like, damn, I swear you were taller. Because like Ryan Greenspan's like up to here on me. Or like Ryan's like that tall. So I'm like, it's hard for me to gauge people. I'm like, man, I just would have thought he was like big. I don't know, So I don't know. My guess was Tom Guest was the only guy I can think of that's like tall for sure. Tyler over 6 foot. Tyler's probably 6 foot, maybe 6'1", something like that. So I mean, yeah, obviously he'd probably count. Tom Guest might be like the biggest player though, like the tallest, because Tyler's tall, but he's very like svelte, Tom's a little like just a bigger dude. Hey, Mark. I was trying to like blow the microphone out. Couldn't do it. Yeah. Yeah, whatever happened to Baby Braun? What's happened to Brawny Braun? Mark's got the idea. Make sure to like the live stream. Make sure to give the live stream a like. Maybe super chats, maybe like, let's just turn that on. You can go to the Discord. Think about like supporting your favorite paintball YouTube channel somehow. The new Colt 45 is pretty good tall guy too. That's true. Colt is pretty tall. Colt Lukow, not Colt Roberts. Colt Roberts. Shot theory, Tyler probably, yeah. I don't know. I'm a short guy. There's pros and cons. You tall guys get advantages and concerts and airplanes. Play Gru for sure. Dude, I don't fit on any plane. I'm fucking any plane you put me in. If I'm not in like first class or like, some special class that's got like 4 inches of legroom, like any coach airplane, my legs hit the seat. Like I sit down and my legs hit the seat. There's no way for me to not sit for my legs not to hit the seat. So it's not even like leg room. Like I got no leg room on a plane. It's kind of terrible. That's why you got to find the aisle so I can like stick my legs in the aisle. I can like hang my leg in the aisle. It works kind of better. Yeah, being tall is cool and not. It's cool because like I can shoot over every bunker on the field. So like at any time I can just stand and shoot over everything. Like from the back corner, I can stand and shoot every bunker almost. Whereas like, you know, guys who are a little smaller than that, you just kind of can't see over everything as easy. I can like shoot down at people and stuff. But then it makes it real hard if I'm in the snake. I gotta like fucking like, it's really hard to move around. Just because I'm so big. I have so much like arm and leg. Good and bad. I ain't got lots of back problems. You probably don't have scoliosis like I do. Brad, what's your best paintball playing moment? Man, I don't know. I don't know if I could tell you. I don't know. I think about like a single game or something I did. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. The worst one was probably when I got shot in the nuts. Greg Pauly shot me in the back of the head once so much the back of my head swelled up and was touching my ear. So it was like swollen, like crazy swollen. That was exciting. He got a 10-minute like gross major or something like that, and I think he might have got suspended from the match as well. It was fucking crazy. He just like stopped and unloaded on the back of my head. It was cool. Tall guys get all the chicks sometimes. I don't know. Dr. Disrespect is 6'8"? Well, he's definitely taller. I'm 6'4"-ish. 6'4.5" or 6'5", 6'4", somewhere in there. Damn, 6'8" is crazy. Oh, wow. Ben says, Ben asks Dan Holiday, Tampa Bay Damage, a question. I have to like preface about this all the time. Oh, where'd it go? Not sure if you can answer this, but did you guys practice with Chris or CJ already to see team chemistry? Dan says, nope, they haven't flown down yet. I played yesterday with Connor Kelly, Carter from the ML Kings, and 3 of our Damage guys. So you're going to play next year. That's cool. Connor Kelly. So Connor Kelly's from wherever. From Florida. Central Florida-ish. Right? So Connor Kelly... Fuck, dude. There's been so many goddamn moves. So Connor Kelly went to Aftershock. Yes. Aftershock. Yes. Sounds like your experience was worse than the Losoya execution. Well, I was playing at least. So at least we were playing when it happened. Losoya was playing, but the other guy wasn't. I've told this story so many times, but this was against Vicious a long time ago. And I went to the X. This is when we still had the X or the A or whatever. And I would go to the like Xbox right in front of the X, and I could just be like, brr, brr. I could just turret out both sides of the X, because I could stand so easy at that thing, and like lean and like, it was cool. And they didn't like that, and they sent me. Greg Pauly came through and was like, he just shot me like 400 times. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have a lot of paintball stories. I've told them all so many times, though. It's like anything cool, any story I have, I've told like over and over on this. Like I probably told that little thing 50 times. But I'm going now. I want to go eat dinner. I haven't really talked that much, I feel like, the last couple of days. My like talking for 2 hours makes my like throat kind of hurt. Dan, there's a crazy tall guy on the Euro ML Kings team. Slava, maybe the name. Slava's the guy who like owns the ML Kings, right? That was like the Mars brothers, like Pavel Mars and like, I can't remember, but they were the two brothers. Yeah, those dudes were like 6'8". They were huge. I mean, they were like, they're like this to me or something. Like, those dudes were huge for sure. Those guys could definitely shoot over the can. Like, I can shoot over the can. Those guys definitely can just stand and just shoot straight over the top of that thing. Ben with that $5. Worst bunker they could bring back. Someone on Reddit wanted the lay down cans. Just lay the cans over. I mean, the problem with that is there's already so many big ass bunkers. I mean, we already have got the brick, the wedges, like, you know, all those things would be like, that was just crazy. I don't know. We already have like so many big ass things. If you laid the cans down, it'd just be like too much crap. I don't know. You know the bunkers I find really weird? It's weird how we still have like those mini W's, like the mini wall bunker. It's so weird how that's still a thing. And like the little nipple on top. It's so odd. I did like the pins though, Old Soul says. The pins were kind of fun. The problem with the pins though now is that like, back when they used the pins, there were far fewer bunkers. I mean, there were like 30% fewer bunkers. So there was actually like room for them on the field. And now it's like, I don't know, we'd have to get rid of a lot of the bunkers to be able to like cluster the pins, you know, in the center somewhere. I did like those though. They were kind of fun, right? You could kind of play in the center of them sort of and like kind of like just wing it and just like hopefully shoot a guy. They were fun. I don't know though. I'm not sure how many bunkers there used to be, but it's considerably different. Like, if we look at like, I don't know, like anything, right? If we go to the YouTube and let's type like, I don't know, 2008 PSP paintball, right? Was it the PSP? Or am I like an insane person? Let's, I don't know if there's going to be any good pictures or not, but there's just far fewer bunkers. Like, there's these big, huge open areas on the field that there just aren't nowadays. I'm not sure what the bunker numbers were, but there's definitely way fewer bunkers. 30% fewer bunkers and 15. I don't miss the 15. Though I hated that high rate of fire. Look at Brandon Short. This was like when the Ironmen were like kind of cool, huh? That is Oliver. Is that actually Oliver though? I don't know. It was kind of crazy to see Oliver play at World Cup, like, what is it, last year or whatever, and he actually did pretty well. It's kind of wild. I don't know though, which bunker. I really don't know. I'm trying to think about it and I'm like, I don't know. Like, all the bunkers that I like are like iconic and like cool from a long time ago are too big to play on the current field. And they are kind of already in use. They're already in use on the 10-man field. Just like Seth said, bring back the car wash. The car wash is they're kind of doing that though. They kind of brought back the car wash and they're using it on the 10-man field. They're just too big of bunkers for for the 5-man fields. It's like, I first thought about the big huge JT pyramid. Like, those are cool. Or the like how they had those big, huge like cans on the 10-man field. Like that stuff's awesome. So I don't know. 12 balls a second? I don't know. I mean, I obviously played all of them. 15 is dumb. I mean, if you shoot 15 now, it's kind of like, Jesus Christ. And then it doesn't, 12 is not that much different from 10. I remember when we first went to 10 and I was like, oh my God, it felt like the gun was like, dut, 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 dut. I'm like, how are we going to shoot anybody? It's like, dick, dick, dick. I was like, this is impossible. And then now it's like, yeah, it's fine. You know what the real thing is though? Like, most people, I mean, we always talk about growing paintball and like, you know, the form of paintball that we're talking about right now, like this tournament paintball stuff, most people that look at it think it's stupid. So like, if we really want to grow paintball and like the manufacturers actually want the sport to grow, I mean, really, I think that they should look at comments on YouTube videos and Instagram posts and stuff like that. And most people think it's dumb. Like, most people don't understand why the guns are full auto. They don't understand why we shoot so much paint. They don't understand why we waste so much paint. And most people just think it's stupid. So I don't know. Shot theory. What kind of financial burden do you think it brings to fields every time to change or changing bunkers? Well, obviously they have to buy new bunkers every time, right? So like the bunker upgrades have been like $2,000 and like $3,000 or whatever. So they're selling like, you know, say the NXL comes out with, you know, a new bunker set and there's like, you know, 4 new bunkers or whatever. You can buy just those 4. So they're like upgrades. I don't know though, really, because like it's a weird thing, right? Like, because I think about me or whoever, right? And when new bunkers come out, like I kind of want to see them, right? I kind of want to play it, and it kind of is intriguing to me. So I'm going to go to the paintball field. So by the new bunkers coming out, it's like for sure the field's got to buy them, and you know that kind of sucks because it's not like something that as a business you're counting for. You don't know when they're releasing bunkers, and it's kind of just this like impromptu fee or this impromptu thingy that you're required to do. But it also, you know, kind of brings people to the field because they new interest in those bunkers. Obviously that interest is only going to last like 2 weeks. It's not, you know, it's not like going to work a year later still. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I definitely know a lot of field owners that don't like it and they complain every time, but I don't know. I like them. I like it when they come out with new bunkers. Personally, I think it makes it more interesting for all of us, right? Like as players, it's more interesting. So you have to like figure out how to play the new bunkers, and it just makes it more interesting to watch because we have something to look forward to. Like, how are the new bunkers going to play and whatever. I totally get it though. It'd be suck if you're like, God damn, we got to spend $6,000 on. That's true. I'm like, if they're like $3,000 for one field, right? Some people have like 3 fields and shit. So it's like, you know, you got to spend $10,000 on new bunkers. This kind of suck. I don't know. They didn't really come out with new bunker sets in a long time though. The last time new bunkers came out was 2018 or something like that, right? Yeah, I think 2018 was the last time new bunkers came out, right? So that's been a while. I mean, that's probably the longest we've gone. Mark, the sport will never grow. Higher level player 100% look down on newcomers. I don't know. I don't think so. I think that the real high players definitely don't. Like, I don't think that like like Dan Holiday in here, or like we were talking about Ryan Greenspan, or, you know, those guys. Those guys definitely don't. But I could see like weekend warrior style guys doing it. I think we got paintballs. I don't know. Encourage physical contact. I do think we should limit paint. I truly think we should. I mean, I think, yeah, not pros, but like you guys, like you, right? You're a high level player. I see you making fun of the kids all the time. Shooting the kids in the parking lot and shit. You're just like, fucking kids, get the fuck out of here. I do think we should go limited paint. I think that there should be 3 pods in hopper. I think the NXL should go next year, 2025, guys. We're going to 5 pods in a hopper in the pro division and 5 pods in a hopper in all the other divisions. And then I think in 2026, they should go to 4 pods. And then I think in 2027, they should go to 3 pods in a hopper. I think they should make it 3 pods in a hopper. And I think that increasing something else, like limiting paint. And I almost think that like this is a whole other thing though. Like if the whole objective is to grow paintball or like grow whatever, I think that limiting paint and then trying to figure out a way to do semi-auto, like somehow I think that semi-auto or mechanical is also very intriguing. Because it's also one of the things that we see, like, people really, really complain about, like, I don't know, the shooting and the full auto and, like, all that stuff. People just think it's stupid. I mean, straight up. They think that full auto is dumb. They think that shooting so much paint is dumb. So, I don't know. I mean, who knows? Not true at all. Oh, I bring out a bunch of newer guys. I give out full setups for sure. Most of all the pro guys are probably the literal best people we could have being ambassadors, because, like, you know, these guys invest so much goddamn time and energy and effort into this for literally nothing. So they obviously love it, and they're not going to just be assholes at the paintball field. I mean, that's really my experience with most of those guys. I mean, obviously, when pro teams are playing pro teams, there can be some asshole moments, but that's like a totally different thing. Yeah. But for sure, Mark, when, like, I hear what Mark's saying. Anyway, all right. My face is just starting to hurt. Gentlemen and ladies. There's no ladies here. Who are we kidding? Ladies. Current thoughts on pump paintball? I don't know. I don't really have any thoughts. I don't even play pump. I've never even played pump. I got a pump back there. Never used it. Doesn't work. Yep. I don't know. I like say I want to do mechanical guns in the pro division, but I don't at the same time. Like, I don't know. I just really wish we had real semi-auto, right? Wouldn't that be cool if we just had real semi-auto? You know, not true semi and not like semi capped at 15 and everyone can just cap the gun out at 15 because the gun bounces or some bullshit. Like, real semi-auto. Like true electronic guns with real semi-auto. And I'd like that. I also think that we would find that most of the guns, if we were to make them truly like just real semi-auto and not have bounce or like weirdness going on, I think that we'd find most people shoot about 10 to 11 balls a second. Which could be interesting. It's not really much of a difference, but it's semi-auto. And I think that's just more interesting to people than just... That guy just sits there and shoots full auto the whole time. It's like, yeah, pretty much. Okay, guys. I'm out of here. I don't know. If you do something fun this weekend, hopefully everyone had a, pretty good Thanksgiving. I gotta open a window up before I can close this. So, hopefully everyone had a good Thanksgiving, and I don't know. Mine was all right, you know, fairly normal, as expected. I gotta click this go live button. ICPL, I shoot my Lux Mechanical way faster at 10.5. That is very true though, huh? Because like I was just thinking, like I was just, fuck, the Adrenaline Idol that I had recently, my God. I mean, for sure, I actually probably shot that over 20. Dude, I got like that thing, like holding that thing, just like I can like, you know, just rock your hand or whatever, and I was just like fucking crazy, dude. So that is true. But that's kind of stupid too, right? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm full on fine if we're like, you know, you're pulling the trigger, you know, you're shooting. But it's dumb when we're like, oh, you're doing like some weird, like weird fucking rocky hand thing. I don't know. It is true though. Dude, that fucking Adrenaline Idol. Those Lux Mechanical frames are psycho. I took out the HK, the TFX3, and it just could not hang at all. I didn't even think about it because I'm just not used to it, you know, and went out there and tried to shoot the thing and just breaking all kinds of paint because the hopper couldn't keep up. It was funny. All right, ladies. Enjoy. Make sure to like the live stream on the way out. Give the live stream a like. Maybe tell your friends or something. All right, guys.